Hi, this is Valerie, and welcome back to Now Traveling. This week, I traveled from the south to the north, where I got to spend a few days in Lille, France. All I knew about Lille prior to my visit was that it's known for its cold, rainy weather. What I didn't know was that this city's history and architecture are rich enough to make up for any shortcomings in the weather department. At a 30-minute train ride from Brussels, Belgium, and an hour train ride from Paris, Lille is the fourth largest metropolitan area in France. At various times in history, it has been ruled by the French, the Dutch, the Flemish, and the Germans, but it has stayed part of France since 1667 when Louis XIV conquered the city and brought it under French rule. Lille's architecture reflects the city's diverse past. At the Place du Théâtre, which is a theater square, in Old Lille, the buildings here are of Flemish design. This is Beauregard Row. This building still has cannonballs lodged in its facade following a siege by the Austrians, which happened in 1792. After a look around the square, we headed for the city's art museum, the Palais de Beaux Arts, which was built in the late 1800s and I believe is the largest in France after the Louvre in Paris. The Renaissance section is closed due to renovations, but my 11-year-old son loves seeing the relief maps of French cities that were developed over a period of 300 years using the technology they had pre-20th century. This timeline gives us the biggest laugh of our visit. Here it says that the first hot air balloon was thought by peasants to be a sky demon, so they attacked it with pitchforks when it landed. Afterward, we toured the paintings, which includes several pieces by famous artists such as Goya, Monet, and possibly my all-time favorite, Van Gogh. If you've never seen a Van Gogh painting in person, let me show you a close-up. I never get tired of seeing the textures that you see in his paintings. Otherwise, we see the usual Christian art, still lifes, and portraits that are typical of most European museums. There's also abstract art. A few relics from Egypt and Greece. And some sculptures. And let's just say some unusual pieces. One thing that always strikes me about European museums is that the architecture itself is always a work of art. At this point, my son and I have had enough art for one day, so we head somewhere we're both excited to try out, a pastry shop. Méert was originally founded in 1677, so only 10 years after Lille became part of France. It is Lille's oldest pastry shop. In 1849, they began selling their famous gaufres filled with Madagascar vanilla cream. The tea room, pastry shop, and gift boutique are styled after the Louis XVI period, which is symbolic of France's art de vivre. Of course, we have to pick up gifts for friends. So tell me how you found us, the patisserie.
Google Maps.
By using a map all on your own?
No, I got lost. We ended up like over here when it was.
Wasn't too bad. The following morning is rainy, so we focus on food. I ordered chicken with maroilles, a cheese from this region. Here it tastes a lot like pungent Alfredo sauce.
Carbonade flamande.
My son tries the carbonade flamande, which is a Flemish stew. Although interesting dishes, we decide that we prefer our food back home in Toulouse. We are so full, but a good walk wakes me up and we head for the Museum of Natural History. We see so many cool things that have been found in France over time, like these fossils and this mammoth tusk. On the other hand, I am not a big fan of these floor-to-ceiling cabinets filled to the brim with bird specimens. All are tagged and the majority are from the mid-1800s, but I kind of find them a little bit creepy. And I've had enough of stuffed animals by this point, so we walk back to our hotel. The sun is out a little now, and although it's still super windy, we come across this Porte de Paris, which was ordered as a victory arch following the victory over Lille, which resulted in the city becoming part of France. Although it's not the season yet, here you can see the French garden style that is famous worldwide. After passing the bell tower, we also happen upon this magnificent Gothic cathedral on our walk back to the hotel. There is no shortage of breathtaking architecture in this town. One last word before I go. I just wanted to applaud the L'Arbre Voyageur where we were staying. They give their guests the options to forego room cleaning in exchange for an evening drink. They still make the beds and tidy up, but they skip the cleaning services that require chemical cleaners, and they only replace towels with the guest's consent. Kudos to them for this huge step towards green travel. Next week, we'll be on location in Casablanca, Morocco, so stay tuned for that. See you then.
Not gonna hold it against you.